Psychology of the Forex market. Perhaps most of you have heard that among all traders, only around 5% actually succeed. And what, you'll ask, happens to the other 95%? The rest is part of the people that have been raised and grew up like everyone else. Most of us are like everyone else, but when it comes to market, this is a sure way to lose money. Success in the trade world is not about a miraculous indicator or a fantastically profitable trading system. On the contrary, when it comes to trading, it's all in your head, and to become successful, you need to start with changing the way you think. A man cannot command the market, and the market, in general, cannot command the man. The same is true for the emotions and behavior of people you meet. What's left, the only thing you can actually control, is yourself and, of course, your money. The market is a game without a beginning or an end, and even without a middle part. Your success depends on your own plan. As a trader, you don't have a boss who will create the plan for you and force you to make a report. As traders, we have to do all these things ourselves. What's so great about the market is that it's essentially an environment that gives you the freedom to express yourself and become whoever you want to become, provides you with endless possibilities as well as risks. You need to know how to play the game right, because players who forget about the psychological side of the Forex markets are doomed to fail. It's common for most beginners to underestimate the difficulties associated with trading, while at the same time overestimate their own abilities. Most of us are afraid of the things that bring us discomfort or physical or emotional suffering, including anxiety, stress, confusion, frustration, and treachery. Naturally, we tend to instinctively seek a way out or avoid these experiences entirely. We create an internal protection from external influence. This can lead to a person who denies or justifies what happens to them, interpreting the facts in a more favorable for themselves light, which, essentially, leads to distorting of these facts. As a result, you'll be protected from the unpleasant experiences, but will perceive the world through your own prism. What usually follows after such strategy is what's commonly known as forced awareness. At a certain point, the trader will be shocked and even discouraged, unable to believe that something that was so powerful and successful had come to naught at once. He'll merge his regular deposits, send the purchase trading system to scrap, storm the bookshop for the next big encyclopedia on trading. Fear is a fundamental part of every human being. The fear of losing or the fear of missing a chance are instrumental to the decision whether to sell or not. At the same time, fear is systematically excluded from the assessment of market information that would show if there are other possibilities or options. Fear can also be overwhelming, consuming to a point in which it renders the trader paralyzed, unable to make a decision. Market fluctuations spread fear and self-doubt, and the only way to resist them is to have two essential things: strong self-confidence and believe in your own abilities. Greed has ruined thousands of traders. We all want, and we want it now, and we, traders, in particular, want to achieve everything at once. This drive originates from what's called natural selection law. To survive, you need to have access to as many resources as possible. But when it comes to the market, greed is what kills your success, as it usually promotes impatience and recklessness. Let's return to those unsuccessful traders, these 95%, who are like everyone else, and like everyone else, they suffer from fear and greed they cannot get under control. Forget about your fear and greed when opening the trading terminal. To be successful, you first need to be clear-minded. Start with a concise plan with daily work on the market and a constant analysis of your own actions. The truth is, you'll never be able to get rid of these detrimental feelings completely, but you can get them under control, and you can ensure they're not influencing your decisions. Forget about your fear and greed. Think, act, and live like a pro. Never succumb to spontaneous ill-advised actions. They'll hurt not only your finances, but your psyche and inner peace as well. And learn to accept losses. In this way, you'll finally be free of your fear. You can't control the market, but you can control yourself. If one is to be successful, he can achieve that success even with the most primitive trading system. Begin working on yourself, identify your weaknesses, enhance your strengths. Learn how people act and think, and how their thoughts influence their behavior. Self-educated yourself about the psychology of human behavior, as the markets are, ultimately, 90% psychology. They operate in the same way people do. And, as people, they're also vulnerable to the effects of fear and greed.